It is Chala. How are you? It is Tuesday. Ooh, let me get my tea. It is tea time. Hey everyone. It is tea time with Chala. Tuesday tea time with Chala. And it's going to be a short one, everyone. I'm prepping to go on to my first ever podcast that my booking agents have booked for me, and I'm really excited. It's all going to be about leadership. Of course, when I talk about leadership, it's going to be about brand leadership, and it's going to be about your thought leadership and how to rise to that and the visibility. So when that comes out, I hope you catch it. But in the meantime, I have been very busy looking for things. Here, let me come closer, as if I'm like actually there with you. I've been really busy looking for great information for you guys, and especially for those of you who have a B2B company who are selling to corporations. A really, really great research by McKinsey came out, and it's called the COVID B2B Decision Maker Pulse. So I think it's fabulous. Like, the information in this is amazing. So let me just take a sip and tell you about it. Okay, so how are corporations, large corporations, doing in terms of their attitude? Well, half of them are optimistic about the economy, but the bad news is that that's falling. So 2 weeks ago, when they asked them, it was 55% were optimistic, and in 2 weeks they've lost like 5% of those people. So yeah, it's like half the population of large corporations think it's going to be fine, and the other half, or that they can recover, but it's declining. So that's the bad news. So if you ask them in another 2 weeks, they might think it's even worse. So then another half, again 50%, are reducing their spend in in everything. And especially every industry is hit really badly, but especially consumer and retail, in terms of reducing their spend. And they're reducing their spend in everything, but I'm going to talk about marketing especially. So the industries that have not been as affected by the reduced spend, which you might be surprised about, or maybe not, are banking and insurance. And the industries that have been hit the hardest are like transportation and logistics, which is really strange, but I guess not, because the people that are selling, the consumer and the retail is the hardest hit. So the transportation for that has gone away. Now, when it comes to marketing, of course, 60% of US B2B companies, like corporations, are saying they're going to cut their marketing and their marketing spend. And what's really emerging from this study is just fabulous. The importance of digital versus traditional. So digital meaning through the website, through an app, or some way that it does not include actually picking up the phone and talking to human beings or coming into meetings with them, is huge. The importance went up from the importance of digital went up from 47 before COVID to 65 now. And the other way that it comes out that it's really, really amazing, this whole transformation into digital, is that live chat, believe it or not, is the most important channel for supplier research. And it's up 93%. That's almost 100% versus last year. The second highest way that was rated to research a supplier is, believe it or not, social media. And the third way is a mobile app. Like, the future's here, guys. If your company is not investing in these things, corporations can't shop you. That's what they're saying to you, that the importance of being able to reach information about suppliers and what to buy has to be available online in some way, and has to be buyable online. So the other really, really important thing is, this is a huge number, mobile app self-ordering went up 254% versus before COVID. And it's the highest form of ordering. And the way that it works is, they do it, the highest rated was not on any other website but the actual supplier's website. So if you have a website that can self-serve and allow your B2B corporate buyers to buy from your website, and you can offer them that instant chat pop-up support, you're golden. You don't have to do anything else other than those two things, because sad as it is, the sales rep outreach that they would call a sales rep, that they would want a sales rep, is almost dead. Like, it's got double-digit declines. I mean, understandably. But what's really great is that it looks like no matter how old these guys are and no matter how they're used to doing things in a certain way, they've completely swung to the digital. And if you're not there and if you're not saying the right things, then you can't reach them. You're not even in their decision pool. And so 96% of B2B companies have changed their sales model. Of course, the smart ones have changed it to be able to react to the change in demand. But there's a 73% increase in online and web support and a 53% increase on e-commerce where there is no sales rep. So, I'd always taught my clients the importance of their messaging, whether it's on digital or in person. But now when there's no person, when there's no personality, when there's no, human rapport, you're completely dependent on your messaging. So if your messaging is not hitting them, hooking them, it's not conveying why you're different, how you're different, why you should be the choice, then you're on your own. And in order to determine what the best message is, you need to figure out who your best target market is. And again, you can't guess that. That's what all of my programs and all of my teachings are all about, is to figure out who exactly needs you the most, who's in the most amount of pain that you can target, and then what can you say online, offline, in your messaging, and away from the actual purchasing, the heat of the purchasing moment, outside of that, in the purchaser's world, what do you need to be saying and doing to garner trust, to get that guy to even come onto your website and to be on their radar. And in order to do that, you need to be micro laser focused on who your target is, get into their world now virtually, and be there over and over and over again talking about how you help with the same problem. And then give stories that illustrate how you've helped other people just like that person who's shopping online with the same problem, what you did to help them, and what their results have been. So it's as simple as that, you guys. The story coming out of McKinsey's COVID B2B Decision Maker Pulse study is that you have to know your strategy way sharper. You have to be way cleaner and clearer with your messaging than you did in the past, when you could rely on relationships, personal charm, pizzazz, shared common interests. That has gone out the window. And in order for you to be more effective, you need to know who you help, what you help them with, and you need to be very, very clear and become a strong thought leader about those things. So I hope that helps you. I'm off. This was a short little tea. I didn't even get to drink a little tea. Here we go. It's a short one, but a good one. And I'll give you just a little update on my diet. Yeah, that's right. Last week I went on a diet. Well, for my birthday, May 1st, I rebought my coach, my Health Over 50, Fit Over 50 health coach. And she's in California. She's lovely. And that was my gift to myself for my 51st birthday. And we started the detox. Everything was going well. And then we cut the calories down to 1250. And my macros, I cut it down and I was tracking. And then I gained weight, believe it or not, in 1 week. And I was killing myself trying to cook different things and trying to even out my macros. It is really hard, you guys. It's really hard work. It's like it consumes me. It consumes anyone who's like really working. I mean, people don't do this unless they have a goal in mind. Like if they're working towards a competition, or they have like weight goals like me. So I'm doing all this, and then I see a weight gain, and I was just like so depressed last week. And then I, readjusted the calories, and we talked a little bit again with my coach. And one of the things that I'm doing now is I'm actually marking every time I finish. Like one of these is like 1 unit of water for me, so it's like 1.7 ounces or 17 ounces. So I'm trying to track the water better. I've increased the calories. I still haven't seen a big difference in weight, but I'm trying to be, patient about it. And for those of you who think that I'm crazy, it's okay. It's, if you're not into fitness, you won't get it. You won't understand why I'm killing myself to see my abs again. You won't understand the difference between 20% fat and 17% fat. Is just, you think I'm crazy, I'm nuts. That's okay. Just smile and treat me like you would, like a crazy person. But for those of you who are into fitness, yeah, it's quite the challenge, and it's like a mental challenge too, because even though you don't see the results, you still have to persist because you don't know. Like you could be, what's that story? Napoleon Hill is at 10 feet from, or 2 feet from the gold, from striking the gold. So like I could be just about to break whatever barrier that I need to. It could also be hormone related. I don't know. There's a lot going on at my age, but anyway, it's so much fun. So wish me luck on my interview that I'm going to do, my podcast interview. It's going to be a long one. It's like 40 minutes. And you're going to find out all about it. Believe me, more than you want. And I'm going to talk about leadership, but from the branding perspective and from the visibility and marketing perspective, as always. So if you guys are enjoying these tea with Tuesday tea with Chala, why don't you drop some comments about any of the topics that you want to see? I pretty much, look at what's going on in the market that day and see if there's any valuable information that I can bring to you around the topics that I handle. So, which is like anything that interests me, as I said, like fitness, marketing, anything at all. All right, guys, all the best. I have all this tea to finish all on my own. Wish me luck. Take care. Bye, everyone.